The region, the Niger Delta, is not new, unfamiliar to plumes of pollution, but you're wiping your face with a handkerchief, black. You're trying to clean your car in the mornings, black. The soles of your feet, black. What's going on? Some people say the Soot is back. Some say, well, the Soot never left. We're going to have that conversation. One of the Stop the Soot campaigners, Tunde Bello, is on the phone this morning, and we'll be having that conversation. Good morning, Tunde. Thank you for staying tuned. Hello, Tunde.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right. So, when exactly did this campaign to stop the Soot start?
I didn't hear that, sorry.
I said, when exactly did the Stop the Soot campaign start?
Okay, that was in 2016. 5 years ago, 16.
So what was the issue really at that time? What were some of the concerns that you had, you and others who, were at the forefront of this?
Okay, basically, we noticed...
All right, the network. We're going to get back to Tunde on the phone. So what we've seen happen is that when it's raining, it's less visible. But when the Harmattan starts to set in, then we start to see clearer. Stay with me. We'll have to get Tunde back on the phone.
We crossfire in the morning.
Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue
And tell you about the hard facts.
Hard facts.
And then let's talk into the chat station.
All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
We crossfire in the morning.
Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue
And tell you about the hard facts.
Hard facts.
And then let's talk into the chat station.
All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
We crossfire in the morning.
Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue
And tell you about the hard facts.
Hard facts.
And then let's talk into the chat station.
All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
We crossfire in the morning.
Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue
And tell you about the hard facts.
Hard facts.
And then let's talk into the chat station.
All for you on 92.3
on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, we've got Tunde Bello back on the phone. Tunde, I was asking before that glitch, what were your concerns? What were the issues that made you, push for the Soot to stop?
Okay, sorry about that. I was saying that we noticed then that in the night, late in the night from 10 p.m. and then early hours in the morning, 4 to 5 a.m., 5:30 or thereabouts, there is this condensing of pollutants, a black substance on every surfaces that you can find on clothing, particularly these were first noticed on white surfaces, of course, your bathrooms, your refrigerators, and then your floors, if you have tiles in your houses, and then all of that. So we noticed also some offensive odor from a particular area, Woji, Avuloma, Eleme, Apajo, Eleleon, and we also noticed smoke, from distance, particularly on the riverside, on the waters and all that. And we thought this wasn't normal, particularly from in an environment that is known as a garden city, and then which we know that people enjoy the atmosphere. And of course, that gave us a kind of concern. And we tried to monitor the incidents, and we observed that this was something that needed to be checked. And then, of course, we started having people complaining about irritation, body itches, respiratory issues, and all that. So that made us to go further to constitute ourselves as concerned citizens and residents of River State. And then we looked at it, and with the few experts among us and physical verification of incidences and places, we discovered that the causes of that air pollutant were various things, amongst which are the activities of artisanal refineries. I don't want to call them illegal refineries now. And then burning of tires as a thing, where government pick up tires and then start burning them. People also using tires to prepare and process the meat in the slaughters. And then we also saw one or two companies that their production of sand and their construction materials were also not proper. So this we saw, and then lastly we also saw that there was a disconstruction, or there are disconstructions of seized petroleum products by the concerned authorities, the armed forces, as constituted by the government, called JTF, on illegal movement and conveyance of petroleum products that were not allowed to be conveyed. So that made us to realize that we actually have a man-made air pollution in the city or in the state.
Okay, so after all of this, there was a protest. I recollect must have been 2016 or 2018? What year was that?
2016, 2017, 2019.
Okay, so what did the government do afterwards?
Okay, as usual, we contacted various levels of government, the states and the federal, and of course the agencies that we thought are directly concerned with the issue of that is on hand. On one hand, the oil and gas sector; on the other hand, of course, the environment, which we know that as one level of government will cast aspersion on the authority and the exclusivity of control. So we went there, we went to the state government, we went to the ministries, we went to departments that are concerned. And what we got was a feedback and a promise that they're going to look into it, even to the extent that we had to contact UN and then United Nations Environmental Protection Agencies, which called for the attention of relevant agencies. They visited and they looked into it. Even the VP was here sometimes, and then he promised that they were going to look into the issue of helping the so-called illegal refineries to balance their process, giving them some level of legality so that they can operate, and then reducing the hazards that come with their incomplete process and production. So, and of course, we visited some agencies like the security agencies, who also promised that they will do their best to maintain cleanliness and then professionalism in their act and carrying out their duties. And then since then, we thought, okay, we are in the right direction. Stakeholders meetings were called, joint stakeholders meetings. Government of the state actually constituted a technical and study group which looked into the causes, the areas, and the effect and impact, so to speak. And we thought that was a good responsibility on the part of government. And but unfortunately, we haven't seen much after then as regards action that can be equated with the promises and then the outlined desire that we presented to them after then. I remember reading out 14 ultimatum to government as per what we want. And then I can't say categorically and confidently that 20% of all the things demanded and asked that government should take as action has been done up to now.
All right. So, do you have any concerns that what you demanded got only 20% response or less?
Well, I should be concerned. Like I always say, I am not a medical doctor or a medical practitioner or an health worker, but I know when something is wrong with my health, with my environment. As young as I am, I'm old enough to know when something is actually wrong with my usual normal environment. What we have here is a very dangerous thing, and we must say. I'm quoting the words of experts in primary health, and this is not to scare anyone. It's been 5 years already, but you can imagine prior to that what we have been inhaling, what we have been taking in as air, what we have been eating as fish and all the seafood and all that, what we have been eating in the public space. We like to eat a lot in this environment, and the meat, the bole, the gari, the vegetables. Now, imagining, just put a picture of all of these things, the air pollutants called the soot, that is settling on our food, and then we eat them. Most of us don't even go extra mile to prepare and make sure that our vegetables are properly washed, maybe with vinegar and all of that. We just go ahead and prepare them. Some of us just buy off our meats. Even last week I still did, from open market. Gary, same thing. And people eat bole and fish. People eat things. All of these things are carriers of these pollutants. I have last year, that's 2019, before the pandemic shut down, two family friends who lost their kids, through respiratory problem. And the figures are there, even the River State government constituted technical study group and research body came out and said that for the past 5 years, 23,000 Rivers people are suffering from respiratory problem as a result of the suit. Now, if government can come up with a figure as that high in a matter in which it is suspected to be culpable, I don't know if you get the picture I'm painting now. If government can say, see, we know this thing exists, we know we are part of it, but we know that 23,000 people are affected, then imagine if...
Oh dear. I think we might need to imagine the rest because the commercial has to play now. But there's a document I'm looking at online that showed some research that took place, Woji, Aba Road, and Warfare. What year was this? 2019. Okay, this was released 1st December 2019. And made a lot of, calculations and stuff. But what they wrote at the bottom is this. In case you don't understand anything we're talking about, what we're talking about, the suit, or when the campaigners are pushing for government action. Look at this. Says their prevalence in ambient air puts the population in Port Harcourt metropolis at risk of lung, liver, blood and renal cancer, and children are at higher risk. They also talked about the fetus not developing properly, premature births, and different kinds of cancers. Many types of cancers. That's how they wrote it. And it says lead is one of the many known toxic heavy metals in the environment. Just talked about learning disabilities. So maybe you just noticed that for some time your kids have been struggling with learning, damage to skin. Let's play that commercial and I'll open the phone lines. We're Nigerian for Port Harcourt. Stay tuned.
92.3 Nigeria Info.
We've got 8 minutes on this side. Let's see if we have messages on Twitter. Otumba Asitonka says, honestly, something should be done. We are dying. We're talking about the Soot. What does it look like in your area? Do you have any concerns? At that time we got many, responses from people who had respiratory issues like asthma. They were having attacks more often. And it was just insane. Did anything really change? I mean, this morning, I was putting on my flip-flops and I don't know, I took it off my feet and I just checked the bottom and there we were, black, like I'm working in a charcoal factory. I had to take a picture and I said, I don't work in a charcoal factory. I work here. But all over the cars this morning, on the corridor, you see a lot of black, and you see like a mark and you're wondering what exactly is going on. So the Soot it never went. Beauty Benjamin, Soot is terrible, everywhere is covered. You have a thought or two on this? 08179230002. Ogem D says, in a come GRA, before you sleep and wake up, the roof of your car would have turned black. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Goodness triumphant, sad that this has continued unabated and government is only paying lip service to stopping it. We're on Twitter at Nigerian4PH. We're on WhatsApp 08090306 Looks like the network is crazy everywhere this morning. My messages are not dropping on WhatsApp at this time. Okay. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0009. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Clement.
Okay.
The Soot never left, actually. It never left, and the government are just not concerned about it, and it's there. Of course, they have priorities, and the health of the people living in River State is not even their concern at all. That was, because I always work with white handkerchiefs. If I put it in my nose, just squeeze like a triangle of it, I put my nose and squeeze. If you see the black substance. Now, thank God for the COVID-19 that has come to ask us to wear nose masks, which has even helped a little bit because the nose mask is actually helping
Filter
the pulse that goes out during the day. You see, that is why I usually tell people the nose mask is helping us, one, yes, fighting COVID-19, two, also helping us from inhaling dust. Construction of bridges and everything are just scattered all over. The dust are everywhere. We are in a drying season. So the inhaling of all those things also is solved by the nose mask. Now, coming to the Soot, man, this is deadly. It's deadly. And this is so pathetic that the government are not even doing anything. As in, it is not even their concern. It's not even their concern. Now, let me not even talk about the government. What about the security agencies? Even if they are not concerned about it, what about their children? What about their wives? What about their brothers and their sisters? Are they not going out?
All right,
the money that they are collecting from these people to be doing all this rubbish, it will affect them too one day.
All right, thank you for calling. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You're welcome.
Thank you. My name is Bello. I'm calling from Enoh.
Okay.
Yes. Having kata coming out from my nose, and when it comes out, I use hanky. I see that it's black, and I think it's the result of the Soot. And like what you said, when I mash the towels and raise my leg up, look under, it's very black, very black. So when I look at the catarrh that is coming out from my nose and see that it's black, I'm somehow scared. I'm scared. If this touch can come out like that through the nostril, I imagine what will be happening inside someone's lungs. It means we are inhaling it. It means we are inhaling it, and one might just be a victim of that. I don't know. I just pray that there should be something they do to be able to solve this.
All right. Thank you very much for calling.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, sorry, my name is Andy, and I'm calling you from Umodumaya.
Okay.
See, now the problem we have here is, yes, in as much as we know, we have been talking this, we have been saying this in the past, that our government has failed. I kept on asking myself, how can I help myself? That's the most important question. You know, as many as I called this morning, what has been their contribution during this Xmas that just passed? They saw their brothers burning tires anyhow. Where are the tires that was during the Xmas? Where have they gone to?
When you say burning tires, I mean that's the most insignificant cause of this thing we're talking about.
No, don't say that.
It is the most insignificant. I'm not saying. I'm not saying it's not part of it. I said it's the most insignificant. So hold on, sir. We're in January, right?
Yeah.
So how many tires did they burn from last night till this morning or over the weekend?
No. When it comes to atmosphere will not emit what was burned last week.
Okay, so it's the one they burned since December that is coming now.
That's not what you said. It is less. Yes, we know that this is not the main cause of the whole thing. But what we're saying is, in as much as we know how the atmosphere will do and what it will look like, we human beings, what have we done? Are you getting what I'm saying?
I'm listening.
The little we know we can do. See, the atmosphere will not come and emit and say this is tire or this is gas or this is emission from coal fire. No, these are contributions.
Okay.
Yes, we've had it in the past. So what have we done? What have I done to help others around the environment?
So what should...
Now in my place, hold on, in my place right now, I just came out and somebody is burning a bush. And I asked him, is this the time to burn this thing? Can't you have other ways to clear up death? Are you getting what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you go and check your room. Your rooms are smelling. You come to the ground, you mop the ground, it looks as if you've not mopped anything. What I'm saying is the government has failed. And until we keep on shouting, they will not do anything. So what have I done? What is my own contribution to how we can live very well? Thank you very much.
Well, Andy doesn't understand the gravity of what we're talking about, apparently. We're not talking about car fumes. 200 cars drive on Aba Road every day, or 2,000 cars, and that's the reason why... No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about continuously burning fuel. Do you understand? Crude. That's what it is. That's the real reason. So don't let anybody tell you that those, yes, they add up, but in a very insignificant proportion, really. Trying to get Tunde back on the phone so we wrap this up. Tunde?
I heard what
Andy said.
Andy just spoke about.
Yeah.
The truth is, we should not shy away from the truth. When we shy away from the truth, it hurts so deep. And one thing that I took from what he said was it affects everybody. The first caller said something the people collecting money from the people who
security
do illegal
agencies,
stuff, and then their families and all that are part of it, which is very, very true. But the concern here is that long-term effect of the ones that we do not have control over.
Yeah.
For example, you asked a very logical question. Since January 1st to date, how many tires were bought? You also know that River State government itself has done a lot in making sure that nobody burns tires, particularly people using tires to prepare meat from the slaughter and all that. And they gather all of that and put it in one place at my one park. And then, of course, we all know what happened to that. But the real issue is the continued and the continuous activities of
illegal
the construction and the illegal refineries, which is a sector on its own, a money-making sector on its own. So if somebody bonfire because it's Christmas. He's doing it because it is a one-off thing, or maybe people will do bonfires because of their street party and whatever. But here is a sector that generates revenue for a set of people that seem to be out of our control. Do you get what I'm saying? Because this activity is going on and raking in money that can be compared to any economy in the world. So what I'm saying is, can government even look at the economic impact and economic solution of this air pollution? For example, what can we do? What is the real cost? These people's processes are not complete and are not normal, in a way, if I can use that word. So can we, because of what we said, can we partner with them? Okay, now imagine how much government is going to make in taxes and revenue from legalizing these activities. Can you imagine the kind of local technology that we are going to build from ensuring that this process is actually top-notch and world-class? Can we look at the burden is going to take off River State, take off the federal government, if these people were actually empowered to go through the normal process of, we're shouting about shortage in production or shortage in supply. And these people have a way of cushioning the effect in an informal way. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, they do it. Have you bought kerosene from any filling station in the past 5 years, Enoh? I don't know if you use kerosene.
I see people buy, I see people queue every now and then, maybe 5 years ago. Yeah, maybe about 5 years ago, yes. I think there were a few queues at that time.
Exactly. There is no, have you seen any tanker carrying kerosene into any filling station in River State for the past 5 years?
But they've been getting supply, right?
Yes, but we see kerosene everywhere on the street. Where do they get it from? How many filling stations sell diesel? Let's look at it from that angle. Yet, every day, industries, companies, factories, churches, religious bodies buy diesel every day. From where? So these are things we should look at. And these activities are affecting our health. That's what we are saying. Kids, now, you see, during the pandemic, because there was a lockdown, nobody was going out, we had the air visual reports about the air quality of Port Harcourt was very, very okay. But between January 14 and date, you need to check the air quality of River State. You need to check it. And this is not an adjustable measurement. This is a worldwide known platform. This is a worldwide known technology that you can use. Nobody is influenced on it. Just place it there. If you have your money, buy the tool, place it there, check it before you go out. This is what most oil companies do in the States, advising their staff when to go out, when not to go out. If River State government can say that this is what we saw as a result of inhaling the Soot, 23,000 people, and by the way, 14 out of 23 local governments in River State have the activities of the artisanal refinery. 14 out of 23. 14 out of 23 local governments.
All right, Tunde, we will continue this conversation some other time. We'll try to reach the Commissioner for Environment and see what they have to say. All right?
All right, thank you.
Thank you for your time. All right, that's a wrap this morning. We'll get back to it as the days unfold. The Harmattan is here, so clearly, as long as they continue cooking refining crude illegally, we'll continue dealing with the issues. And don't forget, now it might look like nothing, but what the experts are saying that in a few years, you see things that are unbelievable, from cancers to learning disabilities and the likes. My name is Enoh Ogbevire. Good morning.